Hello, I'm DR.Bang the wizard who protects your hair. It's good to see you. Today I'm going to do a case review for a female patient. If I show you the photo, I believe you will easily understand the situation. Yes, you will definitely get it. There's hair loss along the hairline, and the hair has thinned from the hair parting all the way to the crown of the head, causing lower density. While there are many causes of hair loss, regardless of the cause, this is a situation that requires immediate restoration. For this patient, I transplanted around 3,200 hairs. I believe I transplanted nearly every hair follicle I harvested, even the smallest, shortest strands, because the deeper I investigated, the more empty spaces were revealed underneath, so I meticulously defined the front hairline and built up its density. After creating the hairline, it was like an inverted T-shape, you could say. I transplanted the hairline and the hair parting like this. What I really focused on was ensuring that I didn't damage any of the existing hair. Given that her existing hair was already thin and her scalp wasn't in optimal condition, performing surgery, if it led to further loss of existing hair, would have resulted in an utterly hopeless situation. The patient was plagued by worry, contemplating if the surgery was even worth it, fearing it might not work. If, after transplantation, she had faced 2 more months of hair loss, being exposed, it could lead to deep disappointment and despair. Therefore, I instructed the patient to drink more water beforehand to enhance blood circulation. When performing the transplant, my strategy was to correctly increase the density in the areas that required it, while preserving as much of the existing hair as possible, which was crucial for success. So the best approach is to have a very good arrangement based on hair thickness. At the hairline, it's very important to plant truly thin hair, then medium thick hair, and then thick hair. If the original hair is thick, plant thicker strands between the finer hairs. Achieving overall balance and equilibrium is very important. Only then will the density not be concentrated in one area, yielding satisfying results as the hair grows. As you can see, I've always mentioned that when we transplant both the front and inner regions, the hairline is the first to show improvement. Thus, the hairline area demonstrates a greater stabilization 6 to 9 months post-procedure. For the hair parting at the crown of the head, it definitely feels more filled in after 9 months. So, as a year went by, viewed from the front, it became difficult to tell. You couldn't really distinguish the hair loss that was present in the back. For the hair parting, the front half, where we did a dense hair transplantation, is satisfactory, but the hair behind that area remains observably thin. However, with strategic hairstyling, she can now effectively utilize the hair at the front, sweeping it back to conceal the thinner areas. To provide you with a reference, in cases where hair loss affects both the front and the back, prioritizing transplantation in the frontal area significantly enhances patient satisfaction. Regardless of whether it's a man or a woman, if the front can be styled, the inner part can be concealed. Because of this, I always advise focusing the surgery more on the front. This patient too initially considered transplanting the entire area and was quite concerned. However, she is now far more satisfied after having transplanted the front with increased density, noticing a significant improvement. In the future, if after proper management issues still arise, we will proceed with transplanting the inner or more concealed regions. However, until that point, those around her would likely not perceive any thinning or hair loss. Thus, implementing transplantation in this manner can significantly enhance satisfaction levels. Do not postpone your hair transplantation for too long. I truly believe that if you attend some serious consultations and openly discuss your concerns, you will definitely be able to find a solution. Today we looked at a case review of a female patient with hair loss at the front hairline and the hair parting on the crown of the head. It might be beneficial to expedite the transplantation, and please make sure to request your doctor to preserve your existing hair throughout the procedure. I hope this information proves helpful. Thank you.